and for this session, we are reviewing some bronze support play. We're going to be looking at Mercy and Anna. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all that good stuff.
Five, four, three, two,
Okay.
one. Attackers incoming. Escort the
There we
payload.
go. Can I have some frames, please, game? Thank you. So we see that. Good sleep. I probably wouldn't have woken him up. And the reason I probably wouldn't wake him up here is this is a Bastion. This is a Bastion, and I'm pretty happy to let Bastion do the silly amount of damage that he's going to do to wake up this hog, rather than you going, oh, I'm going to throw a nade. Like, you don't necessarily want to wake up, like, you might be thinking, no, I want to do shot nade to wake him up because it's a little burst combo. Well, this is a hog, he has a silly amount of health, and let's pretend that you had a Reinhardt standing right here. You'd probably go, I'm going to let Reinhardt pin him to wake him up, right? Well, Bastion does a similar amount of silly high damage, so let's let Bastion do it. And if Bastion actually walks away and is clearly not going to do it, sure, wake him up with your shot plus nade if you want, though I would wake him up with your shot plus nade from, like, here, where you're immediately going to be behind cover after your shot nade, because your shot nade isn't going to take him down. I might even consider not waking him up and just running away, but hey. Oh, and this should have been a, more of a shot nade, if that's what we're going for, not just the nade. Okay. So there we have the melee as the cancel for the reload that we're not really doing anything with. No! I get it, you're missing health. But your Moira is standing right here. Right here. No. We're just going to press the I need healing button. I need healing is not some major inconvenience, some great sin. Don't let all the memes about Genjis or Hanzos or whatever that are always pressing I need healing while halfway across the map that you can't see them. Like, I think some support players actually got the wrong message from that thing. Like, the I need healing button is useful. It's useful to support players. It's a nice ping, a reminder that, hey, they would like help, etc. Just press that button now, rather than wasting your nade. Hey, blah.
Just a scratch, you'll be fine.
That's a really shallow nade. Close the angle. Like, I'm worried about you getting shot from this direction. I'm actually, like, not really this interested in this Reinhardt. I'm much more interested in supporting our Orisa right now. But, like, if you are going to chase this Reinhardt, close the angle so that the other team for sure can't shoot at you. That ping even gives their location. I love the I need healing button. Yeah. Jomar says, I've been debating on this for the past few days, so I came to ask for your opinion, but what would be better for me to put my time into? Brig Mercy, then find a BAP duo, or put my time into Brig BAP, then solo queue? Which is more interesting to you? Like, Brig BAP or Brig Mercy? I would say Brig Mercy, because I like it when people build their hero pools in ways that allow them to participate well in organized play. And if you're Brig Mercy, you're building out as a main support. If you're set up as Brig BAP, that's a little less so. That's, you have more flexibility in your own ladder games perhaps, but that builds you out less so for team play. And I think people should build their hero pools in a way that they can do team play if they think it'll be fun later, because guess what? It will be. And I think you're playing at a pretty high level, so team play is not off the table. So, like, do that. Not to say team play is ever off the table, but it's even easier to find organized play groups at higher levels. No, it's not a stupid question. I don't really want to push up into this. Like, our team just sort of got pushed off the edge and wiped and all that. I don't really want to be this close to the enemy team when my team is still sort of making their way back. Bastion's back here, Moira's back here. Like, my team isn't really here, and their team is. I don't really want to just be walking at them yet. Okay.
Settle down, old man.
Good point. Okay.
You look tired. I'm under attack.
So, like, I don't really want you to stand here for this long either.
Take your medicine.
So if you're struggling to break a choke that's being held long term like this, you generally need to think about how you're going to get an angle on it, because angles are how you get your abilities off. You notice walking up here to sleep, walking up here to nade hasn't been incredibly successful. We don't like to get closer to opponents. We don't like to walk forward and get close to the fight to use our abilities. We like to take angles. And our primary options for that are, hey, if I go up here, I can still heal my team pretty well, but I can pop up here real quick and drop a nade on them, drop a sleep in there. Or I can be healing sort of from over here and then break for a moment or two, go over here, hit an aid from the side, and then close the angle and go back from here. And these are going to work better. This Orisa, who's deployed her shield to work in this direction, this stuff that is set up in this direction to block your team, isn't going to work against your nade from over here, your nade from over here, that sort of thing. So if we feel like we're getting stuck at a choke like this, and we as Anna need to help break it, our key to doing that is either using our abilities from an angle, so we have to get to an angle to do that, even if we are there very temporarily, or resulting around our Nano to strengthen someone else's engage. So let's see what we can do. Or, I'm sorry, you have the Orisa, they have the Rhine, but same thing.
Nano is ready. Get in there.
Be ready to sleep.
I will keep
He
you
went down,
healed.
fine.
I've sighted the enemy. Sniper! Must be cautious. My will. I've seen worse. You're going to live.
Jeez, that was scary.
You're going to live.
So that's a Widow shot. That's another Widow shot, and you're not like, oh, I should unscope and run. You're just like, nope, I'm going to force this duel against this mercy-pocketed Widow. That is something. You can't win, by the way. If you recognize that she's mercy-pocketed, you're not going to at all try to outscope battle her, even though she hasn't hurt you yet. You're just going to go for your sleep. You're just instantly going to be like, it's sleep or nothing. Sleep is your only out here, so you're going to try to sleep her. And even if she just dodges your sleep by going behind cover, maybe unscoping, great, fine. That gives you more time to go, can I get back here where I actually have a chance? Can I drop and get in here in the cave? Something. No, we're not actually taking a poke battle with the pocketed widow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Very scary, not gonna lie. Yeah, okay. There's a Lucio hurting you from behind. Or trying, he just can't hit you. You did not need to nade there. You didn't. Lucio should have hurt you, but he wasn't. And you can just heal Bastion with your weapon, not your nade. You were standing still.
My ultimate is ready. Watching your back. This will heal you.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
I will keep you healed.
Widow did get revenge. And we do not want to take this fight with her, by the way. Like, we don't actually want to do this. If we get the jump on Widow, we can fight her. We don't want to open our sightline into something that Widow is holding, though. We don't want to, like, intentionally take a ranged fight with her when she's already paying attention to us. If you're like, hey, she's not looking at me, she's not looking at me, let me peek and take a quick shot, or hey, she's not paying attention, let me peek and take a quick shot, or even better, let me throw a nade, scope, take a follow-up shot, etc. Like, that could make sense, but we're not going to just intentionally challenge her. Like, yeah, you do have some advantages, I'm not going to lie, in terms of her charge time on her scope is sort of annoying in the Ana matchup, and she has less health now. Like, there are some advantages that you have, but let's be serious for a moment. We're not actually going to do this. Our solution to Widow is not, well, she's already aiming at me, let me out brute force her. Not unless you've already hit her, like, twice.
You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Just wait. This is over. You're down 3. You just lost 3 people. Don't even be here. This is what we call, like, neutral space, where, like, the opponents clearly control this space. This is kind of neutral space right now, and everything sort of over here on this side of this choke, you guys clearly control. Why are you trying to live in neutral space when 3 of your teammates just got eliminated? There's no reason to be in this fight. At all. At all.
Nano boost is ready to deploy.
No, no. Does he just not know how to rocket jump? Is that what's going on here? I don't mind him not knowing how to rocket jump, but it's like he's trying. Oh no, it looks like he was aiming down more than he was. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Kind of stuck here. Good. Didn't need to drift out this far. We were actually pretty happy just chilling here under by the Z sign and sort of doing this. And we've really got to find a way to get this Nano some value, because we've had this for a long time at this point. Like now could be a good time to Nano Zarya. Oh well, too late. Orisa, Nano, too late. Like, as they're pushing. Nano Zarya, too late. I think you're just forgetting you have this. Reaper, are we gonna get a good Nano? No, we're not. Sure. Nano Zarya, she's clearly in. Go look. No, she's not. Fine, we're not gonna Nano this fight. Go take your high grounds. You do not need to push cart. It is harder for the opponents if you're off cart and they have to pick between going after you and going after the cart. If they can go after the cart, if they can go after you and be contesting the cart, that's like a win for them. That's huge. We don't want that to be the case. Now, it's a little different if they can't come after you. Like, if you're pushing the cart from back here, that's a little different. If your team is up here and they have to, like, burst past your team and just be, like, getting shredded by your team in the side, in the back, etc. as they come for you. But that's not what the case is right now. Christian Garcia says, just one thing, Temporal. Yesterday, I reached plat on support, playing mostly Lucio or Zen, but I play Anabap and Brig, Moira niche pick, and am the worst Mercy you can think. Is this bronze? This is bronze, yes. I know I need to focus on a single role, but I cannot do it because I like Lucio so much at the same level with the Flex Forces. That's fine. I'm not going to tell you to stop playing Lucio then. Then play all the supports. That's fine. I mean, the reality is if you queue up as support, sometimes you're going to be paired with someone that, you know, as a flex support, sometimes you're going to be paired up with someone that is a main support. And you might have to go, hey, I play all the flex supports plus Lucio. Or you might go, hey, I play all of the supports. That's not really going to be a problem with me. Yeah, no problem here.
Personne n'échappe.
This is pretty good for bronze.
I require assistance.
But I would like to see this nano used. Sleep it. Find the hog, find the hog, find the hog.
That will only hurt. Watching your back.
Unfortunate melee there. Fortunately, we didn't lose our Bastion over it, and we got the count. Everyone hates Lucio Mercy except Lucio's Mercies. I mean, people like having a Mercy. Sometimes.
This will restore you. I'm under attack.
Play all the heroes you like. Yeah, fine with me. Use the cart. You did not need to nade. You just didn't calculate where it was. It's like you're looking at this. It's being thrown. That's fine. You can start to go this way because this way is probably going to be safe. And it would have been. You could have absolutely gone over here. You absolutely could have made it to here. I'm actually a little annoyed you got eliminated by that. This game really does not like inclines like this, like it really doesn't, but that's kind of nonsense. Could have crouched, I think. I'm not sure that would have helped. I actually think he's getting credit for being eliminated under the cart by the self-destruct here. This game really does not like ramps. It's the place that their code, or maybe it's not their code, but my beliefs of how it should work versus their realities of how it works most differ. Yeah. You could have potentially tried, you could have booked it a little harder and probably made it to here, and here you probably don't get eliminated because it is the ramp that the game doesn't like, but it's just lame. The tiny gap under the cart is no cover. Well, that's not actually true, though, because it connects to the center of your body. It's the same reason you can hide behind, say, a lamppost on Dorado and not get eliminated, even though your body should clearly still get hit by the self-destruct, because it's drawing a line to sort of the center of your body there. And the center of the body absolutely has the cart in a place where it's protected, etc. So, like, it really is that the game is mean towards ramps there. Like, no, if he'd been here, if what you're talking about is like, oh, there's a little gap sort of like here, no, that's not what he was hit by. I mean, it might have been what he was hit by, but it's what he was hit by because there was a ramp in play. If he was right here when it happened and the self-destruct was on the other side like this, he would not have been hit by the self-destruct. Or she, or, yeah. Okay.
I'll rest when the fighting is done. Nano boost is my ultimate strength.
Okay.
Take your medicine.
It's a little dicey running out here, especially when you know the soldier was up there shooting at Moira, but okay.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Okay. Found a combo. I don't love where your Bastion was. Found a combo. Yeah, under the cart is cover. Okay. Don't just melee spam. You can go shot into melee, but don't just melee spam her. Especially with the amount of ammo you had in your clip. I don't really want you here either. Like, I don't need you pushing the cart. Again, if the cart was back here and the fight was up here, sure, you push the cart. But right now, I don't need you pushing the cart. I need you taking position. You could play from here. You could think about getting yourself up here and playing more from here. But I don't need you pushing the cart when the cart is in the middle of the battle. If the cart is behind the battle, sure, push it, but not in the middle of the battle. I don't want you in the middle of the battle like this. Like this.
You look tired.
Right, you can shoot people under the cart. You can shoot people under the cart. You can earth shatter under the cart. You cannot self-destruct under the cart without things like that hill.
Keep going. Get you. I'm fire.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Nice of them to just not find you here. You gonna nade on the right? Good.
You're powered up. Get in
Sure.
there.
Your preference would have been Reaper, but Orisa was available. I still don't want you here. Look at how many of your teammates are alive. But you probably don't even know this because you're just in the thick of it and like you're totally overwhelmed. And I understand that, and that's not me being like, oh, you don't even know how many teammates are alive. How terrible of you. Like, I mean, if you were playing back here, you'd know that. As soon as you saw there was like a tank wandering around, there was a Reaper wandering around, it was not your job to babysit the cart anymore. You might have babysitted the cart when things got really dicey, I don't know, maybe 30, 20 seconds ago, whatever, when it was like just a couple of you, and you might have felt like, oh, I have to touch the cart. But your team is like, your whole team is right here. Until it's like you're the last person, you could be the last or second to last person to touch the cart. You are much more powerful from back here. You are much more powerful from up here. Much more powerful. It makes the opponents decide, are we going to solve this high ground Ana? Are we going to solve this Ana in the back that's keeping our team alive forever and throwing in abilities? Or are we going to stop the cart from pushing? Because if we don't stop the cart from pushing, they're going to win. Make them make decisions. Right now, the same person can both go after you and stop the cart from moving. We do not like that. And you can't even see your teammates to like know who needs heals. You can't see the opponents over the cart. Like you don't have enough awareness when you're here. It's too hard because it's like, oh, my Zarya's back there, my Moira's back there, someone's over there, someone's over there. Look how much I'm having to move to find the people that I might want to interact with, that I might want to shoot at, to heal, to hurt, etc. If I'm back here, oh, I can see everyone. I know where everything is. Sleepy canister.
Get you.
That's your teammate. Imagine Big Nano from on top of the truck right now. It would be cool. Could have also hit some big nades from up there. You're just trying to hide. Yeah. Yeah, you might have been able to finish this if you'd been playing back. Or playing on truck. Truck, they'd have probably forced you out from earlier, but imagine how great your nade opportunities would be from up there.
0-2. Switching sides.
They stopped moving to try to hide. They were trying to hide, be quiet, hope the opponents wouldn't find them, increase the amount of time they survived to give allies more time to get back. I understood what they were doing. Okay, and now we're on to some Mercy. So we may play some more Ana, but the most obvious, the most important things for your Ana, like that it's like, hey, these are big deal things that we're gonna need to work on, is like we do have to understand we want to be separate from the cart unless the cart is way behind the team fight. We don't want the team fight, us and the cart, to all be in the same place. If like we're with the cart and the team fight's up here, no problem. If the cart is up here and the team fight is up here and we're back here, no problem. We do not want we're here, the cart is here, and the team fight is here. That's a problem. That's a problem. We avoid those and we just back out. That's what we do. This happened to us multiple times on this map, multiple times on your offense, and we want to fix that. Don't let them both stop the cart and fight you at the same time. Make each individual person pick, are they going to stop the cart or are they going to go after you? It makes their job way harder, and it gives you better support vision to see what you want to interact with, which is really important when you're a support. Being able to see what's out there, who to interact with, etc.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Val likes this Mercy more than her own. Would you say that? This is clearly better than bronze, though. Okay, okay. And a Reaper plus enemy Zarya ult knew they were gonna get eliminated and accepted hiding cart fate. I mean, that still doesn't mean you play close. You have a much better chance of, say, healing your team through a grab, if that's what you have to do, or canceling a blossom if you're further away as opposed to right there. Like, you're going to see the Reaper coming more and be ready with that sleep dart type thing. Well, you can sleep the Reaper Arch, and considering it's bronze, you might be able to nade plus spam heal. Exactly, the grab. At Blah, you know Val's never happy with Rowan Mercy playing. That's true. That's true.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Take a deep breath. Now, let's achieve our objective.
Assistance.
I'm taking care. Won't stop now. You needed a doctor?
This will heal you.
Let's get you that outfit.
Okay, so. Here you are. I don't really need you here. I can have you more standing to the side, generally speaking, but let's set up a little bit more. Okay, here you are.
Attackers incoming.
You're deciding to boost Bastion. Fine.
Stop the payload.
I don't love this setup, but it's bronze. You have to play what your team are doing.
Let's achieve
I
our
require
objective.
assistance.
We do like the peak lefts, a little more peak left. That's not great. We lost someone on the left, so now we're worried someone is coming through. You slide to the right.
Stop now.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is not fun. Okay. You tuck to the right. Now there's a sim problem there. So now you're just going to have to stretch your beam back. You're literally going to have to stretch your beam back here and sort of go tuck, untuck type thing. Like, your options are so bad. This is why Mercy is not a brawl hero, guys. This right here is literally the reason Mercy is not a brawl hero. There's nowhere for her to play. Like, we're looking at this, and it's like, okay, where are you supposed to play in this? Like, well, these guys took control of this. These guys took control of this. Your team has lost this team fight, but, like, this is why Mercy is a poke hero. Mercy likes dive. Mercy hates brawl. And you might be saying, it's not brawl, it's a bunker. We have Bastion, it's a poke comp. Yeah, okay, in a real poke comp, we're not stacking everything in the bunker. We're having some sort of off angle, a Widow, an Ashe, something, a Sigma, something. Bronze players play on top of big girls. Challenge, impossible. Yeah, so this is just kind of rough.
You needed a doctor?
You're just going to damage boost and sort of let him go to card. I mean, maybe.
Let's get you that outfit.
Swap to your damage boost on Bastion. Heal on Bastion. Heal on Bastion. So you wanted to swap to heal because you knew that he wasn't looking at the D.Va and that the D.Va was making the sound effect for micro missiles, so she was about to do a lot of damage. So even though he was maybe looking full health, you knew he was about to take a lot of damage, so we wanted to heal there. Now you're healing him because he's not in turret mode. Fine. Reaper's the better damage boost right now.
Ich kümmere mich dich.
Sweet.
Helden sterben nicht. Dein Schutzengel ist da. Oh, damage increase.
Oh no, why did you Guardian Angel in here?
Allow me to repair the damage.
Damage
I don't want to go
increase.
forward at all. You have no teammates in front of the Moira. You can reach Moira with Beam right now, so I don't know why you Guardian Angel. No, and then you Guardian Angel past her. Yikes! Go to cart. Go to cart. You're not getting out. It's nice of them to not touch cart so the cart doesn't move forward. It's also nice of them to let you get out. Wow.
Let me get you
They
patched
did the
up.
worst of both worlds.
My ultimate is ready. Go. I'll be watching over you.
Okay.
Heroes never
Nope. 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 That Reinhardt is alone. If you heal him with your beam, you heal him for 55 health per second. If you Valk, you lose what, like a third of a second here that you just can't use
Heroes
your
never
beam
die.
during,
For
and
a
then
price.
you get a beam that heals him for 60 health per second and isn't healing anyone else. It's a bad trade. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. The extra 5 health per second is not worth the lost time that we're not healing him during, and it's not. We're also not getting anyone else with this beam. Like, this is not. We don't Valk to try to save people like this. That's not what Valk is for. Sometimes we'll use Valk to support a res, to turn it into an even or better fight, etc., because we need a little bit of extra survivability help to get the res off, and then the Valk will put us in a good position. But, like, we don't try to save people's health pools with Valk, with some exceptions. If we're trying to, like, answer a grab or a shatter, and it's literally the end of the map, and we've got nowhere to go, and it's Valk or nothing, sure, fine. But we're not trying to save people with Valk. We're trying to Valk from strength. We Valk from, like, we're even with the opponents, we're better. Not, I'm going to Valk to try to save a single target. The math just doesn't make sense.
This is not your time. I'm taking care of you.
Cool, now we've got a nice damage boost, but we can immediately go here for cover, go down here for cover, and still have that nice damage boost, even through the wall. Like, when we'd like to, because we don't have much health, we'd like to give our regeneration, powerful as it is, a second to get going. Okay. Cool. Valk beam breakage, a broken heart. Did Orisa just super jump? It can happen. Orisa's pretty regularly get, like, something happens to them, and a halt is an easy thing to do it off of, but an Orisa will get halted, and halt will, for example, get her moving pretty fast, and then she'll fortify, which stops movement effects from working on her, and if you understand how halt works, it actually moves people somewhere really fast and then stops them. So if, like, she fortifies mid-halt, she can go flying type thing. There's other things that she can do it with, but that's a common one.
Damage increase.
Bronze is so polite about not just eliminating people. Well, sometimes it's that they can't. You know, the aim betrays them. I mean, Orisa just did a solo supercharger. Ah. Did she use it to get on top of something? Is that what you mean? Oh, just use super. Got it. You didn't say jump. I just intuited that myself. We gonna boost that? We wanted to boost that. No, 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 no! There's no reason. If a situation's too hot, you just don't go into it. You just go, I'll step over here, and I'm Mercy, so my health will start regenerating, and that's cool. My health starts regenerating, and then once I've got health, once I feel comfortable, I go back in. I don't need to risk my own life. I'm not even accomplishing anything by risking my own life here. No, no! Yeah, I get it now, Val. Other people showed up eventually and got use out of it, but yeah, that is what happened.
Helden sterben nicht.
60 seconds remaining.
Boost, boost. Okay. So you did want to recognize what's going on here. Surely he's going to steer left. Surely this Reinhardt is going to hard left and, like, put this guy in here. And with that in mind, you actually want to stay on this blue beam to let him get his boost damage, right? Right? Because surely that's what's going to happen. Okay. Now I guess you can heal.
Let me get you patched up.
I don't want to be here. I don't care about my Reinhardt's life that much. Value your own life, Mercy. Come on. There's so much more better stuff we could be doing. We just chill up here. We're like, hey, let me have a boost for my Bastion. Let me have a boost or a heal for some of these other people. While I casually stand up here where it's hard for the opponents to get at me. I like that way more than being eliminated over here. I
Verstanden.
guess that's the bronze way. Gotta only rely on yourself. That's in reference to the solo supercharger. So many low SR supports are martyrs.
I'm under attack.
There's some truth there.
Enemy visually confirmed.
Where does it hurt?
Okay.
Healing stream engaged.
Up to your Bastion. The heals are fine. You didn't need to damage boost, or you didn't need to heal. The damage boost is fine. Okay. Don't lose your Reaper.
I'm taking care.
No reason to lose your Reaper. You're up too much. Good. This is wild. Is low SR anything under 4,600? Well, some days. Some days it is.
Lethal force authorized.
I'm with
It's rough. You had the DC there.
you. Heroes never die.
No.
For a price.
If you wanted to Valk, and I'm totally fine with you Valking in this DC situation,
Mercy in the Reitschaftsdienst.
if you wanted to Valk,
I'm with
it was about hereish. This fight is real. They're going to push. This is about when you'd go for your Valk. It's not perfect. Like, hey, we see things going on here. We could delay it a little bit more. In fact, let's delay it a little bit more. Reaper. Yeah. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, though. They've got their sim in. They've got their hog in. Eurus is fighting the hog. These guys have no choice but to walk in here, even though they're not in yet. That's why you could have gone for the Valk then. Because if these guys just wait and don't contribute, you're just going to take out their road hog. You're hopefully going to deal with their sim, etc. But that's life. You can still sort of justify Valk. You're down, but you're always going to be down right now because of the DC, so you can still sort of justify Valk.
Heroes
But
never
now,
die.
again,
For a price.
you Valked a second later, and a second later is a huge difference, unfortunately. The DC was a rage quit, so there's weird little movement for like 2 minutes. Got it, got it. So you know they're not coming back then because it was a rage quit. Which does adjust your strategy a little.
Sie sterben nicht.
Exceeding expected combat values.
60 seconds remaining.
Entschuldigung.
I hate your comp. I know what you're trying to do, but I hate your comp. Like, they are correctly picking you apart from every direction, just like they started to do on first. They should just be outright rolling you, doing what they're doing, but they're not.
Ten seconds remaining. Overtime.
I mean, I hear you, Lynx, but like that situation was just so terrible. Like they were in this situation where, hey, look, there's their team here, the opponents have control up here, the opponents have control over here, the opponents have control over here. Like, there's nowhere for him to play from. Um, yeah. Yeah. Yes, there should have been more. Yes, we could absolutely optimize our beam usage more during that, but that fight was just so lost from a macro standpoint that, oof. Like, you team actually needed to group up and move and push and be like, okay, we're going to push you out from here. Then we're going to rotate up here and we're going to push you out from here. And now we've turned this into a more lateral fight type thing. But they had a Bastion. They weren't going to do it.
Healing stream
Damage
engaged.
boost. Damage boost. You're over here doing this nonsense? I want to know what Reaper's up to. Huh. I don't really care about pocketing my Orisa in the middle of the enemy team. I'm kind of more interested in what my Reaper was up to. Yeah, my Reaper's now staying out of the fight because he doesn't have health. Not my favorite.
Heroes never die. Fuck.
Okay.
The payload
The reason I'm not objecting to that, guys, is the player has likely correctly determined that they are way, way more likely to lose the game if this goes into third than even on second
Never stop
there.
fighting
Like,
for what
it's
you
a bad
believe in.
Valk, don't get me wrong, but like, given that they've lost someone, they don't expect that person to come back. You sort of have to like stop it right there. If they get more time on the clock, it's just kind of over. This game is kind of over, but hey, using Valk so you can swap, fine.
I'll be right there.
Needed to hard blue beam for that entire fight, right? Correct.
I see.
I mean, you can mix some yellow on him, but yeah.
remaining.
Okay. Close the angle, go right, go right. Unfortunate.
Helden sterben nicht.
30 seconds.
I mean, you're just sort of throwing yourself at the cart rather than taking a team fight right here. Find him. Can you enable him? Mhm.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm on my way. My ultimate is almost ready.
Overtime.
Okay.
Victory.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, so here you are. You're doing this. It's their sim wall, but they're getting rolled. So you're doing this. You hit the sleeve. The blossom goes off. We do not get enough cleanup during the blossom. No, we do. We get both supports.
Get to it.
That's wild. That is wild that during their own sim wall, and sim wall was the most powerful ult that happened in this fight, don't get me wrong, they lost a 6v5 with sim wall. Oh boy. Low bronze. It's not that low. You told me your SR. Like, this isn't low
I'm on my
bronze
way. My
anymore.
ultimate is almost ready.
Overtime.
Silver Six Phone Island Bronze. That is wild, guys. Okay, so we covered your Anna. We did. When it comes to your Anna, I really want you to understand this cart thing a little bit. I don't want you on the cart. I want you playing a little more back, so they have to pick between you and the cart. The same thing applies to your Mercy. You know, I don't want you standing on top of your Bastion. I want you standing a little away from your Bastion, so they have to pick a little more between you and your Bastion. But hey, so like I really want that as a thing that you understand for your Anna. I also need those nanos used. You got your nano on first point, you used your nano if memory serves on third point. And it wasn't some like, oh, we just hard snowballed all the way through type thing. There were plenty of opportunities to use your nano. I need you to look more affirmatively for opportunities to use that nano. Nano is not an ult that takes a particularly long time to charge up. You can get it, use it, get it, use it, get it, use it. Now, I will get mad at you if you start using it terribly, but that would actually, in some ways, it wouldn't be an improvement to use it terribly, but like you can find nanos to use. And again, you find nanos to use when your team engages, you nano someone. When someone engages hard onto your team, you nano someone. That's what we want. So we want to actually use that nano ult. We want to understand the cart engagement a little bit better, and we could get a little more into our nades and such, but I don't think we have to. For our mercy, Valk, it's an ult. I know you did that last Valk so that you could swap there. That one doesn't really bother me. The Valk before it potentially should have been earlier. And the Valk on your Reinhardt just didn't make any sense whatsoever. So we do need to understand how that ult works. Valk is an ult to give yourself a power play. Use it early in the fight, just as the fight is starting, sometimes even just before the fight is starting, but when it sort of looks like it's about to start. Would be hard for the opponents to back out. It would cost them something meaningful to leave. That's when you're looking to use your Valks. This is a hard concept to get right because recognizing what's the beginning of a team fight is challenging, and it does look different for different compositions. In a brawl comp, it's sort of when the teams walk into each other. In a dive comp, it's sort of as someone uses movement abilities to go in. In a poke comp, that's the hardest. It can just be when your team's angles get aggressive enough against the other team. Or maybe the opponents are a brawl comp rotating into your poke comp. Well, when is the fight real? Well, it's real once they've left their cover far enough that it's sort of hard for them to get back. But you want to use it before they get too close because they're just too strong in the brawl, and the Valk doesn't help your poke team enough once they're too close. So, like, it's an art, but you want to get that right. It is not an ult to go, oh, we're down a bunch of people, let's try and save it. Oh, my person's taking a lot of damage, let's Valk. It's not nano. It doesn't give them an extra 300 HP or recover 300 HP when you use it. It increases the healing they receive by a tiny little bit for a single person. Now it lets you heal multiple people, so you get more total healing out there, but it's like 60 health per person. Versus Transcendence, that's 300 health per person. That's not its intended use. Its intended use is early in the fight to really ramp up your outgoing damage. That's what we want to hit with our Valkyries, and that is important. I'd also like you to do a better job of staying like to the side and out of the fight, but it's really hard for me to be too critical of that in this because your team was playing such a stacked composition with no off angle support, nowhere for you to go. I still would have liked you to play more on the side. I still would have liked you to do a better job of recognizing, hey, I can blue beam this, etc. But like the reality is the Mercy gameplay, it's not that the Mercy gameplay was, how do I want to put this, the time that you got to play Mercy was rough because your team did a composition that forces you to play her in a bad spot. You can make it better by playing a little more to the side. You can do more, and I need you to do more in terms of, hey, I'm going to boost from the side, or I'm going to boost through a wall and then repeak to establish and then go back through the wall. Like, I need you to do more of that if you want to do a bit better with her, especially in these rough composition type things. But like, that's more where we're getting. It's tough with your Mercy because again, the comp that you guys were running just had no angle control, and she really does not like not having angle control. And then you guys were down for most of that time that you on Mercy. But we gave you some good Ana stuff there. I hope that all makes sense. If you have questions, you can certainly throw them up in chat. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all of that good stuff. Okay. Um, mhm. Yeah, Reaper got 2K on the sports. Low bronze. Yep. It's not low bronze. Yeah, that's not low bronze. It's approaching high bronze. Well, that's right. Honestly, just play Ana as a sniper and play Mercy as max beam range plus cover with Mercy, and you'll be better than any bronze support player. Yeah, Yeah, play. That's kind of where we got. Play Anna further away from the cart, unless the team fight is happening way ahead of the cart, in which case you can push the cart. And then Mercy, try to play at max beam range a bit and try to play with cover, etc., ready to heal stuff, boost stuff, through stuff, and that would do better. That's one way to summarize what we went over here. Link, sure. I always say when tanks clash for Valkyrie Rally. That's not perfect, especially with poke comps, but yeah, it can help. Um, in fact, that can be a little late for Valk, especially if your team is more poke heavy. You don't need off angles, just pocket the blah and it will turn into a win. Sometimes, technically, but not really blah. There isn't an even distribution down to 1 SR. It keeps getting thinner. Usually people differentiate between triple digit and 4-digit bronze, but the line may be closer to 900 between low bronze and the rest of bronze. In any case, Araketsu is not low bronze, pretty solid mid bronze. It does. Gonna rewatch this before I play tomorrow. Sounds good. You're welcome. You're welcome. There's no data to suggest what kind of distribution there is below 1500. That's redacted. What is the ideal range for Anna be away from the team without getting so isolated? She is an easy flank target. Um, Blinkers can't bother you if you poke them before they show up. Like, she is a sniper. She can do okay stuff from pretty far away. She does like to not play like super out there in the boonies because she wants to have some level of, hey, can she swing her angle to hit sleep darts, hit nades, etc. But she can play mid long range pretty comfortably. She's not actually going to play like, I don't know, Widow Ruins sniper levels of distance, but she's pretty happy at outside McCree fall off range, as an example. You can clearly extrapolate the shape of the curve from the data we do have, aside from the fact that it becomes quite obvious. Yeah, no, it's clearly, we understand what the distribution looks like. Agreed, but I think this rank is always just two blobs hitting each other over the card anyways. At this rank, there's some truth to that, Link, sure. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Again, if you're enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe. If you have any final questions, go ahead and throw them up there. Anna's the second best sniper in the game. Maybe. Who are you considering the best? Are you considering it Ash, Hanzo, Widow? Like, I don't know who you're considering the best there, blah. Um, yeah. Why didn't this Mercy's movement get punished more by Temporal? Why? Because it was kind of like the situation was garbage. Like, the situation was garbage. It's a 5v6 and her team has absolutely no map control, no angles, and the other team has complete map control. It's sort of like we're gonna make it 1% better type thing, where it's just like, okay, like, okay, we can make it more than 1% better, but like the situation was garbage in a lot of ways. So I just sort of went, there's no good place for the Mercy to go. There's just slightly less bad places for the Mercy to go. Widow, Ana, Hanzo, probably. Could be. From everywhere under 5,000 SR to 900 SR, you match with the exact same players because there's just nobody else. Under 500 SR to 900 SR. Okay. Ash isn't really a sniper. She lacks range. When you're 620 SR, it was the same people every game. Okay, we're going to go ahead and call it there. And I think that's probably the last stream of the night. I may post another review, but it probably won't go up, like uploaded and posted until like 11 or so. But we'll see. We'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Temporal out.